Hey friends, it's Tracy from Country Charm by Tracy. Today I am sharing the Harvest Blessings palette sign DIY wood kit from the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. Guys, the kit comes like this. Already, all of it is together here, shrink wrapped on the cardboard, and you get the palette sign. It measures 14 inches tall but 8 inches wide. It's laser cut from a 1/4 inch birch wood, and what that means, it's a very lightweight. It features a layered gourd with sunflower and stitch detail. It also has some the words harvest and blessings, and it has just some holes that is already drilled there for you so that you can make it a door hanger or a wreath attachment or just decor for your home. Now, like I said, it comes with the words already on there. They're etched on there so that it's pretty easy for you to follow along. And I am telling you my own advice because I ended up not using some of those lines, and I'm going to show you how I rectified that. Hey guys, I am using the Waverly antique wax and doing the kind of chippy technique. So this wax is just from Walmart, and I'm just using a baby wipe just to apply that to my palette sign. I took my wax candle, just a little taper candle that I have, and I'm just going over it just to give a little bit of it underneath because I'm going to be doing the chippy technique. So then when I put on the top coat, I'm using Ecru by Dixie Belle. And so I'm just kind of covering that on the top. I'm not really worried about if I get total 100% coverage because I'm going to be taking my paint scraper and also my little sander just to get some of that off and expose a little bit of that brown underneath for that pallet wood. So guys, what I do is I let that this paint dry completely, and then I take my paint scraper and scrape off as much as I can. And if I don't get the chippy look the way that I want, I just take my little gator sander and just go over it just to give a little bit more of the exposed wood that I like. And then I just start painting up the dimensional little pieces. I'll put the paint colors that I'm using in the description box for easy reference. Now, I want to mention that I like to use Americana acrylic paint. That is my go-to, or either Delta Ceramcoat. But I can't really find Delta Ceramcoat as easily as I can find the Americana. So that's kind of my go-to as far as like a little acrylic paint like this. And also I want to mention that I had wanted to paint my letters red, but then later on I'm going to change it to denim blue because I painted my gourd orange, and so the red, and it just didn't look right for me. And so later I go ahead and paint them denim blue, and that is a Ceramcoat color, but all the others are Americana. For some additional rustic touches to my pieces, I'm just using my dark wax by Kills and just my finger and a wet baby wipe just to kind of spread it around my projects, or my painted pieces, just to give it a little bit more rustic look. Now for the gourd, like I said, I painted it warm sunset, and that is an Americana color. And so I'm just taking my applicator sander and just sanding the edges, and that really didn't matter. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of share what I did for this. I kind of worked a little bit on this gourd. I kind of added a lot of different little layers, and so I do appreciate so many sweet comments just to say that you're enjoying these kits, and I do appreciate your support by purchasing the kits that you can do yourself and then coming back and watching the video of how I do it. It really does help my family now that I've lost my husband. It's been, as the time of this video, it's been a little over 6 weeks, and it still doesn't seem absolutely 100% real. But just by getting back into painting and just doing what I loved, and he supported me 100%, and so I am just so appreciative for you. So, guys, what I want to mention is the little DIY kits do come with a little etching, and so I thought I was following it, but I didn't. I'm not realizing it until I'm going to be adding some of the bottom little layers on there, and then I realized, I got off a little bit. I got my gourd pumpkin a little too high. So I'm going to tell you how I fixed it. But just if there is something that you can use, here are a couple of different tools that you can use. You can use a pencil, you can use a stylus to kind of help. Also a friction pen. It's an erasable pen. It kind of disappears. The black ink disappears once you heat it up, just to kind of help yourself follow the line so you don't make the mistake that I did. But guys, I want to tell you, like I always encourage you, I'm going to make mistakes too. I've been painting for nearly 40 years, and I still make mistakes, but it's just how you kind of fix those little mistakes or kind of make it work for you. So I'm just doing the faux plaid pattern. That's just kind of what I call it. I just use my fan brush, and I just use a little piece of that and just go along and just do kind of like a plaid pattern on this little gourd pumpkin here. So kind of here is when I really realized, girl, you have not put that gourd pumpkin on there the way that you should. So guys, what I did for mine is I'm going to take my drill and just drill some holes at the top, and so that I have the even spacing that I want for my little pallet pumpkin, so that I can put my stem up at the top, as well as make the cute little rustic bow that I like to do for my projects. And so I am just using my stick fast glue just to glue everything down. And so here is when I am just kind of using my pencil just to add the where I need the holes to be, because I did drill some holes through the top of that sign, and it worked out great. And so I just want to kind of tell you, if you do make an error just like I did, you can always figure out how to make things work for you. So I'll just continue to add all of my kind of my shading and just bring these little projects to life. Now, every time or most every time I do a painted project and use my little detailing brush, guys, this detailing brush has been with me for over 20 years and the handle's broken, it's missing bristles. And so that's the key is to getting a detailing brush that has a very few, very thin bristles. And so I do have some recommendations that I'll list in the description box. So I also use my black Sharpie marker just to add a little bit of defining around my projects, as well as just go around and just add all of my whimsical touches that I like to do. Now, guys, this is just for inspirational purposes. You know, whatever colors you like, go ahead and use that for your harvest blessings, little pumpkin gourd project here. And we just like to provide just some inspiration. Again, you can find this unfinished DIY wood kit over at the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. My affiliate link will be in the description box below, and I do appreciate your purchase because that does help my family. So I'll just continue to kind of add some whimsical touches here. I'm just using the end of a paintbrush just to add some dots on my palette sign. For the harvest blessings, I just used the end of a stylus just to add some dots on the lettering. And then here, those dots were just a little bit too dark. I wanted to add a little bit of softening to it, just so I'm just taking the end of a stylus and just adding some other little dots on the inside of those. So it's all in the beauty is in the details, guys. You hear me say that all the time. So then for the whimsical bow, I'm just adding some homespun fabric as well as some sisal grass, some just some of that kind of like a table runner that I get in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. You can get those for pretty reasonable when they're on sale. I like to take my vintage photo distress ink and just kind of cut it into strips and then add some distressing. It kind of acts like cheesecloth. So here I'm just adding some of that sisal grass to my project or to my little bow here. And then I'm going to be adding some of that green floral wire just for the pumpkin tendrils. This kit also has a cute little wooden button that I just painted brown and then just sanded around it and just put it there to finish it off. And I absolutely love how this turned out. For the hanger, I just put some rope, just some jute rope, the 4-ply, which is a little bit thicker jute rope that I get over at Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. And I absolutely love how just adding the little additional kind of expands this palette sign a little bit more. Guys, if you want to see the other kits that I have done for the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina, you can click on the playlist here. Subscribe to my channel if you currently are not. I'll leave you with another video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless you, and y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.